Today I'm going to be showing you how to prune an apple tree. An apple tree is pruned, generally speaking, trying to keep what we call a central leader. And a central leader is what we call when we keep one branch and that remains the main branch for the tree for the rest of the life of that tree. So anything that is kind of competing with the central leader needs to be taken out. And so I will be showing you here. This tree does not seem to have a central leader at this time, but so we're going to start working on developing one. So we need to decide which of these branches will make the best leader. I think probably this one. And so we start cutting things out just to make sure that we don't have anything that is taller or larger. You can see these two branches. You need to decide which one you want. Probably at this time, I might just take this whole thing out and there you go. Now we start opening up the tree and you take out anything that is growing straight into the tree or up, and also anything that is growing down, because the fruit that is being grown into the down or up is not going to get enough sunlight in the summertime, and the fruit requires a lot of sunlight for it to be productive. So you start cutting back anything that you know that is going to be shaded, get it out, and it's better to get it out early in the life of the tree than later on. Again, something like this is going to be straight out, so going straight into the trunk of the tree. You cut it. This one up again, you get rid of it. And then you look at these branches. A lot of these branches are competing with the central leader, and not only that, you need to be looking at branches that have a good angle right here, because the better the angle here at about between, let's say, about 30 to 40 degrees, that's what you want. Otherwise, it makes for a weak angle, and when you load this branch with fruit, it's going to break. So you want to avoid that problem. So you start looking for branches that have good angles. Right here, you have two branches, and this one has a very poor angle, so I'm going to get rid of it. Right there. And this one is a good branch, but you can see it's competing in height to the central leader. So I'm going to cut it back so that now I'm beginning now to have a better shape to the tree and not as much competition. You see this branch is growing into the tree. So as I already said, I'm going to be cutting it out. And again, here you have two branches. You have one branch here and this one over here. So you need to decide which one you want. Right here is, I'm going to get rid of this one. So right there. And now I'm beginning to develop a scaffolding system where really nothing above is shading anything below. Again, you take a branch like this, you got to get rid of something. This is, right here is forked, so probably right now I would look at the branch and decide what I want. At this time, I think I'm just going to bench it, and then later I can come back and prune it completely right there. So you have three branches coming out of here. One is to go, and this one is growing underneath. So we're going to get rid of it. Again, you can see pretty easy. These ones are growing into the tree, so they need to be cut off. You need to remember that in the summertime, when the apples are beginning to develop, that this is going to have a lot of shading, and that's one of the things that you don't want to do because the apples require a lot of solar radiation in order to develop, and so you want to open up the tree as much as you can. Again, here you have 3 branches coming out. You really only want at the most 2, if not just get 1, and so I'm going to get rid of those 2, the ones that right here, and this one because it's already kind of crooked. I'm going to get rid of it. And we do a little bit of tipping. Again, look, you can see here, you have 2 branches kind of coming at it from the same spot. It really that's not good, so I'm going to get rid of that and tip it a little bit. A lot of these branches that are growing straight up, it's a good idea to trim back a little bit. Again, anything that is to the inside that you know that in the summertime is not going to get a lot of sunlight, you need to get rid of. Here you have several branches coming out. You want to select the best one, and so this one has got 2 flower buds, so I probably keep right here. You can see the spurs. This one doesn't have any fruiting yet, so I think I'm going to get rid of this one and keep this one because this will give the grower some fruit where this one is not giving the growers fruit this year. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. So sometimes you just kind of have to step back and look at the tree, and the tree is going to speak to you. For example, I know when this branch when it develops fruit, it's going to come down, but this one is going to come over it. So I think I'm going to get rid of this one so that it will not be shading this one. As I already mentioned, anything that is growing down needs to be pruned. Again, this you can see this one is coming down and this one is also going to come down. But for the time being, I'm going to leave them both since both of them have got flower buds or spurs. So I'm going to leave them for this year, but next year I would probably get rid of one of these. Too much stuff down here. Okay, at this time, you will not, it is old enough, this tree, you don't want to touch the central leader. I know that is something that a lot of growers will do, but at this stage of development, at this age of the tree, you want to leave that central leader to go, and eventually when it has fruit, it's going to bend down, and that's going to slow the growth of that leader. But you can see here, I did establish my central leader. I can now start, next year I continue pruning branch, this one right here can go, and I will start developing branches up here in the years to come.